That's how it goes.
That's how I showed you. That's how I showed you.
That's how you showed me.
A little different, but close.
And sometimes there's no one left to blame. When it feels like there's nothing left but shame. And sometimes there's nothing left to lose. When it feels like there's no choice left to choose. And sometimes when I think of you, I can't help but be amused. I sincerely apologize, yes I do, for washing all your dishes even though you didn't ask me to. I see now them your dishes, that's your house and that's your sink. My defense, that shit was really starting to stink. And sometimes there's no one left to blame. When it feels like there's nothing left but shame. And sometimes there's nothing left to lose. When it feels like there's no choice left to choose. And sometimes when I think of you, I can't help but be amused. I sincerely apologize, yes I do, for trying to walk quietly while you sleep. But I know I thought my quiet walk made me look like a fag. I could have walked around and stomped my feet. But sometimes there's no one left to blame. When it feels like there's nothing left but shame. And sometimes there's nothing left to lose. When it feels like there's no choice left to choose. And sometimes when I think of you, I can't help but be amused. I sincerely apologize, yes I do, but I don't have a transparent head. And I remember that time that we were riding in your car and you got so confused when you tried to see out the passenger side window. And you expected to see the passenger seat there. Instead you saw the passenger's head, which in this case I guess would have been mine. And I'm sorry, but sometimes there's no one left to blame. When it feels like there's nothing left but shame. And sometimes there's nothing left to lose. When it feels like there's no choice left to choose. And sometimes when I think of you, I can't help but be amused. I sincerely apologize, yes I do, when I found out you went on a date with your ex-boyfriend. I have the nerve to ask you if you told him that you got a new boyfriend. Now you said you hadn't, but really that wasn't my place. And sometimes there's no one left to blame. When it feels like there's nothing left but shame. And sometimes there's nothing left to lose. When it feels like there's no choice left to choose. And sometimes when I think of you, I can't help but be amused. Maybe I should be embarrassed, I should be ashamed, but I'm not. I would have done anything for you. I would have stacked them dishes high, would have stomped around the house, would have ridden down the trunk, would have bought your ex-boyfriend lunch. But sometimes there's nothing left to blame. When it feels like there's nothing left but shame. And sometimes there ain't no one to lose. When it's clear there's no choice left to choose. And sometimes I still feel the pain when I simply hear your name. But mainly I don't blame you.